The 7 levels of billionaires explain to the average person, $1 billion sounds like an endgame. It's the ultimate financial finish line where money ceases to be a resource and becomes an abstract scoreboard. But within the ultra-high net worth stratosphere, entering the 3 Club is merely stepping onto the bottom rung of a whole new ladder. Wealth at this scale isn't linear, it's exponential. Every extra zero changes a person's relationship with society, governments, and reality itself. This is the breakdown of the 7 distinct levels of billionaires, tracing how human leverage evolves from simple financial success into history-defining power. Level 1, the paper billionaire, $1 billion, $3 billion. The fragile entry ticket. This is the entry-level tier of the mega wealthy, and it is far more precarious than most people realize. Individual wealth at this level is almost always tied up entirely in the equity of a single, rapidly growing company. These are the founders whose startups just crossed a massive valuation milestone, or heirs who have inherited a fractional slice of an older empire. The reality, on paper, they are billionaires. In reality, their lifestyle is often closer to that of a high-earning centimillionaire because their wealth is highly illiquid. The constraint: if they attempt to sell off massive chunks of their stock to buy islands or super yachts, they risk tanking their own company's share price and signaling panic to Wall Street. The risk: they are incredibly vulnerable to market cycles. A bad earnings report or a sudden economic downturn can easily strip away their billionaire status overnight, turning them back into mere multimillionaires. Level 2, the liquid aristocrat, $3 billion, $10 billion. True financial independence. At this second level, the billionaire has achieved what financial analysts call true liquidity. They have either successfully diversified their portfolio, sold the primary company, or systematically extracted enough cash through stock options and dividends to build a bulletproof family office. At level 2, the primary goal shifts entirely from wealth creation to wealth preservation. The shift: money is no longer tied to the daily performance of a single ticker symbol. It is spread across private equity, premium real estate, sovereign bonds, and venture capital. The power: this is the level where individuals begin buying sports teams, funding major university wings, and building custom mega yachts. They are completely insulated from normal economic crises. Their wealth generates so much passive yield that spending it faster than it grows becomes mathematically difficult. Level 3, the sector titan, $10 billion, $30 billion. The industry dictators. When a billionaire crosses the $10 billion mark, they become a decabillionaire. At level 3, an individual does not just own a successful business, they control a vital piece of global infrastructure or an entire industry sector. Think of the dominant players in national telecommunications, massive real estate conglomerates, or major shipping lines. The influence: their companies employ tens of thousands of people, and their supply chains dictate the economic health of entire regions. The access: politicians actively seek their counsel, and the corporate decisions can inadvertently alter national GDPs. The footprint: they possess immense quiet power. While they may not be household names worldwide, they are undisputed kings within their economic ecosystems, capable of crushing smaller competitors through sheer capital allocation. Level 4, the geopolitical player, $30 billion, $100 billion. The sovereign proxies. Billionaires at level 4 operate on a plane where corporate strategy and international diplomacy blend together. These individuals control massive multinational conglomerates, global tech platforms, or critical natural resources. Because their operations span continents, their personal business interests are deeply intertwined with international relations. The reach: they regularly meet with prime ministers and presidents, not as donors, but as peers. The impact: a decision made by a level 4 billionaire to relocate a manufacturing hub, adjust a content algorithm, or reroute a supply chain can spark a diplomatic incident or revitalize a country's job market. They run private security apparatuses that rival small intelligence agencies, and their philanthropic foundations wield more capital and agile execution capability than many UN programs. Level 5, the centibillionaire elite, $100 billion, $250 billion, the ideological disruptors. This is the most visible tier of hyper-wealth, occupied by a rotating group of household names, the tech visionaries, luxury emperors, and industrial pioneers. At $100 billion and beyond, money is no longer a tool for lifestyle or political influence. It is a mechanism to reshape the future of human civilization according to their personal philosophies. Level 5 focus, civilizational trajectory, space exploration, global AI infrastructure, renewable shifts. The audacity, these individuals fund private space programs, build foundational artificial intelligence infrastructures, or monopolize global commerce networks. The ecosystem, they have outgrown the constraints of traditional corporate governance. Their personal brands are so massive that their whims can move global stock indices by multiple percentage points in minutes. The legacy, they view themselves as historical figures, actively steering the path of human technological and social evolution. Level 6, the dynasty and AMP, shadow wealth, $250 billion, $750 billion, the invisible empires. Level 6 is rarely found on standard media-rich lists. This level belongs to institutional wealth, multi-generational banking dynasties, and royal families whose fortunes are deeply embedded into the fabric of global governance. The structure, because this wealth is divided among sprawling family trusts, sovereign wealth proxies, or hidden holding networks, it avoids public disclosure laws. The function, these entities own massive tranches of global banking assets, central real estate portfolios in major capital cities, and foundational energy grids. The style, unlike Level 5 billionaires, Level 6 wealth values absolute anonymity. They do not court media attention, they build and maintain the systemic structures within which all other businesses and governments must operate. Level 7, the systemic overlords, $1 trillion plus. The trillion-dollar hegemons. At the apex sits Level 7, the theoretical and practical ceiling of economic power. While no single individual may officially hold a trillion-dollar bank account in their name, this level represents absolute control over systemic resources, typically held by absolute monarchs, heads of state of superpowers, or those who direct the world's absolute largest asset management systems. The ultimate scale. At this level, the distinction between private wealth and state power completely dissolves. The control, a Level 7 entity commands the flow of global reserve currencies, controls weapons arsenals capable of global deterrence, and dictates the regulatory and financial frameworks of the modern world. The reality, money at this scale is completely decoupled from purchasing power. It is pure, raw systemic authority, the power to write the rules of global reality, print currencies, and alter the course of entire centuries.